So the last thing we're going to do for the day is we're going to draw some basic shapes of 3 different bird heads. So right underneath this cube, draw 3 circles that are about the same size as that original sphere that we drew. As long as you draw lightly, there's no real reason to erase these. We're just practicing. So on the top head, draw a line out like this from the center, and then draw a diagonal line so it turns into a triangle with a rounded edge on this side. And then draw another triangle like this. Can you already start to see maybe a bird showing up on this?
Yeah.
On the next one, do the same thing, but just make it a lot smaller. And then on the bottom one, room 203, Mr. Wing. To the health office? Okay. You're welcome. Zoe, do you have a form for the health office that your parents might have given you? Excuse me? No, did you bring one from home to get to our health office? Nope. Do you know what I'm talking about, though? Did your parents give you a form that was supposed to be signed?
No.
Okay, we can talk about it after class. So on the third one, we're going to draw a really long and skinny triangle. So you can see, based on these basic shapes, how you can create a variety of different birds just with basic shapes. On the top one, we're going to do an eye about this big. On the middle one, we're going to do a really large eye. And then on the one on the bottom, we're going to do a really small eye. Even though birds don't necessarily have eyebrows, we're going to give them eyebrows because it's a cartoon. So do a curved eyebrow on the top one. Do an angled one covering up part of the eye on the second one. And then do an angled one on the bottom one, like that. Can you sort of start reading into the character? Are you drawing with us? You need to draw with us. Isaias. Isaias. You need to wake up, man. can sleep in about 20 minutes. So you can actually almost start seeing personalities just by adding a simple feature of a line for an eyebrow. On this top one, we're going to curve the end of its beak like this. That's kind of the beak that a crow might have, or a raven. So did anybody in here have a raven as their, or a crow as their totem animal, spirit animal? What about an owl? Anybody have an owl? So an owl, a certain kind of owl, actually has a tuft on its head like this. And it's almost a continuation of its brow like this. You can also sort of see a cardinal in this. If you have a cardinal as your totem animal, or a sparrow. The difference between an owl and a sparrow, though, is an owl has a very curved beak like this. And then this last one, I'm going to actually make the beak even skinnier than it is right now. And maybe curve it just a little bit on the end. Did anybody in here have a hummingbird as their spirit animal? I had someone in first period that was a hummingbird. So for these simple drawings, the only thing else that we're going to differ on here is, on this top one, which is a crow, do sort of a buzzsaw look for its feathers. For the owl, we're going to do the same thing, but they're going to be, the feathers are going to be a little bit smaller. And then for the hummingbird, the feathers are going to be smaller still. So this is where we're going to stop on the drawing part of it. What I want you to do is take a photograph of it. Make sure that you have today's date. Take a photograph of it and add it to your slideshow, your sketches slideshow. And we're just going to call this bird heads.